morning, students. As we are doing the concept of energy, and we study that energy, forms of energy, two major forms, that is potential energy and kinetic energy. Yesterday we did the derivation for expression for kinetic energy, that is equal to K is equal to half mv square. Now we will derive an expression for potential energy, basically gravitational potential energy. That I have told you, energy is what? Capacity to do work. Now, gravitational potential energy is the capacity of gravity to do work on the object. You had an object. When you drop this object, then gravity works on this object and it falls down. So, how much work will gravity do on this object? That is the gravitational potential energy. Now, gravity is doing work. So, expression for work is what? We know W is equal to F into S. Gravitational potential energy is equal to work done on the ball. Who is doing work? That is gravity. Gravity is applying force on it and it is displacing, so work is done. So we know force due to gravity is mg, that is weight, mass into acceleration due to gravity. So expression for gravitational potential energy will be mgh. If it is lying on the ground, then height will be 0, means mgh will be 0, potential energy will be 0. So potential energy due to gravity is depends upon the height, how much height the object attains. If it has lower height, it has less potential energy. If it has more height, it will be having more potential energy. Suppose you drop a ball from small height, it will hit the floor with less force. If you drop a ball from higher height, it will hit the floor with more force. So that is gravitational potential energy. Let us discuss the example. Consider an object of mass 2 kg is falling from a height of 3 meter. So what will be the potential energy? Gravitational potential energy. We know gravitational potential energy is equal to mgh. M is 2, G is 9.8 or 10. So we will take it as 10 and H is 3 meter. So it will come out 60 joules. Because gravitational potential energy is work done and unit of work done is joules, so energy of the unit of energy is also joules. So gravitational potential energy acting on this object is 60 joules. Question arises that whether we should measure all the time gravity from ground level or we can measure somewhere else. Suppose you are holding a ball at the top of first floor. If you drop the ball on the floor of first floor, then this height will be taken for gravitational force. And if you drop the ball on the ground, then this complete height will be taken. Let us consider the another example of simple pendulum. You had stretched the ball on this position, which is known as extreme position. When you release, then when it comes on the mean position, that displacement, that height will be considered as the height for gravitational potential energy. Let us calculate the effect of path on gravity. For example, you had two balls of same mass and they are placed at same height. One ball is dropped like this and one ball is sliding on this path. Now, what will be the work done? We know work done is equal to force into displacement. Means work done due to gravitational potential energy. This S stands for that displacement should be in the direction of force. So in first case, the direction of force, gravity is in this direction and the ball is also falling in this direction. So work done will be mgh. But in this case, the force of gravity is acting in this direction and ball is displacing in this direction. So there is an angle between displacement and force of gravity. So from there we can see if direction of displacement and force are in same direction, then there is maximum force. And if direction of displacement and direction of force have some angle between them, then it has less effect. And if the line of displacement, or you can say direction of displacement, and angle between the force is 90 degree, then there is zero effect. Means if a ball is moving parallel to the ground and gravity is working perpendicularly, then gravity has zero effect. From here we can conclude if the angle between displacement of the object and force is 90 degree, then work done is zero. Let's discuss this example. A ball is moving on this board in this direction and force of gravity is working on the ball in downward direction. So what is work done on this ball by gravity? Think. Yes, the angle between displacement of the ball and force of gravity is 90 degree, means work done by gravity on this ball will be zero. Let us consider the another example. Now consider this example. This person is holding a suitcase. He is applying the force on the suitcase in this direction. If he moves in this direction, the direction of displacement is this and force applied by him in this direction. So angle between displacement and force is 90 degree. So work done by him on the suitcase is zero. Suppose a person keep on standing holding the suitcase, then work done by him on the suitcase is always zero. The previous problem that we were going to discuss the work done in this case and work done in the when the ball moves on the inclined path. In vertical, the work done is mgh because the ball is falling in the direction of gravity, the direction of displacement and direction of force are same. But in this case, the direction of displacement is this, and force, direction of force is this. Let us divide this into stair like steps. Suppose ball is coming like this way. So, as we have seen, when ball is moving parallel to the ground, the work done is 0. When it comes vertically, then work is done according to the height. When it moves in this direction, no work is done. But when it comes in this way, work is done. So, rate of work done is less, slow rather than this. Then, if we see the ball comes like this way, but the height will be this, force is applied in this direction, so potential energy or work done, that will be equal to mgh, means whatever the path will be there, the work done or potential energy depends upon the vertical height, means it depends upon the direction of gravity. Whatever the height, vertical height will be there, that will be the work done, that is mgh. Either it is taking this path or it is taking some another path, the vertical displacement will be the height and the formula will be mgh. The next concept is power. Power means the rate of doing work, means power measures the rate at which someone or something does work. For example, there are the two persons who are holding this barbell of same weight, that is 10 kg. But in picking up this or lifting this weight, one person takes 5 seconds and another person takes in lifting the same weight, that is 2 seconds. So, which has more power? Power is work upon time. That gives us power. And its unit is, the unit of work is joule and time is second. So power is joule per second, or it is denoted as watt, W. These two persons are holding this barbell and doing the work. This person is doing the work 1960 joule, and this person is also doing the same work, that is 1960 joules. But this fellow is doing this work in 3 seconds and this fellow is doing this work in 1 second. So power will be work upon time, that is equal to 653 joules per second, and this fellow 1960 upon 1, that is 1960 joules per second. So it is clearly proved that this fellow has more power. Suppose you two students are learning 5 questions. Both are learning 5 questions. One student is learning in 5 minutes and another student is learning that 5 questions in 1 hour. Who has more power? Understood? Who has learned early? So, the unit of power is joules per second, or it is denoted by W, that is watt. It is equal to watt, or it is denoted by capital W. Let's consider another example. A car of mass 1000 kg is moving with a speed of 5 meter per second and takes 2 seconds to reach at this place. So calculate the power of this car. We know power is equal to work upon time. Here we are just observing that car is moving means it has kinetic energy. You know energy is also considered as work. So work is equal to, and kinetic formula of kinetic energy is half mv square. Half m is 1000, v is 5, and time is 2. When we substitute these values, we get the power 6250 watt. Power Power is the rate at which work is done, means work upon time, that is equal to joule upon second, which is equal to watt. Power is equal to, we have done, power is equal to work done upon time, or work done is taken as energy, so therefore power is equal to energy upon time, or we can say energy is equal to power into time. And commercial unit of energy in which we get the electricity bills, that is kilowatt hour. How much energy is used, how much electricity is used, that is known as the commercial unit, that is kilowatt hour. And this kilowatt hour in electricity bills is denoted as 1 unit, 2 unit, and this kilowatt, kilo means can be converted into joules. Watt hour, that is equal to, kilo means 1000, watt, hour means 3600 seconds. 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds, and that will come down 36 along with 5 zeros, or we can write it as 3.6 into 10 raised power 6 joules. This conversion can be asked, that convert commercial unit of energy into joules. So this you have to do and you have to show it.